here we go. Right. Well, welcome everybody. We are glad that you're here, and we are celebrating our annual spring recital here. This is our 2020 edition. And we always take these couple weeks to celebrate our students and all of their hard work. So much of what they do comes into play at this time of the year, and we get to see their progress. We get to see other students, and if you've been a part of our studio for any number of years, you've also seen some of the same faces come up in our recitals year after year, and you get to see them, well, first of all, grow, which is super cool too. But then you also get to see them make progress and enjoy music in a totally different way than they did a year prior to it. And so while we're getting started here, I just want to recommend that you use a computer or a smartphone, because over on the side of your computer or smartphone you have the chat, and if you we're going to have some interaction during our time here, so I just want to say, hey, go ahead and use the chat. It's a fun way to interact with us. I'm going to stop my screen share now, so that way we can kind of see all of our faces here. But again, I just want to say welcome. And one thing I might do, even if I were on your end, is I would have my TV up with the whole YouTube feed. I would look it up on my smartphone as well, so that way I have access to the chat there. And so just, the mission of M3 is to serve you guys. We are here to help young men and young women become musicians and to have fun with music. Our mission is to help families enjoy making music, and we provide interactive, innovative, personalized music lessons. We have classes now. We have group classes, and so hopefully some of our group class students are joining us tonight. And also we have a lot of material out there as well. This year we actually started having our group classes, and it's gone really, really well. We have about a dozen students involved in these classes right now. We have piano classes and guitar classes, both for different ages of students, as well as, and get this one, our composition club. This is a place for students, kids, to learn to compose music, and at the end of the program they can do some amazing things with it. So I might talk about that later, but just some introductions. I'm Matt, by the way. I'm the owner of M3 Creative Academy, and you probably have been getting emails from me for sure. And I'm just happy to serve you. And then we have Lisa, wave Lisa. She's here tonight, coming from La Mirada. And then we have Darby coming from Fullerton, and so we're a virtual studio, so we of course are all over the place here, and we like that. We want to make sure that we are able to serve you guys no matter where we're at. And so we have a couple things tonight. Let's talk about the goal of our recital. Ultimately, the goal of a recital is to have fun. I know as a kid, I sometimes didn't like recitals because they made me nervous. And I would get really nervous about it. But once I got kind of over that, I said, you know what? I'm here to have fun. I'm here to share music that I've been practicing and working on with others. And you know what? Other people really like it, and that's the cool thing about it. And then to share something that you love. And so we allow the students to choose their music, and of course there's some limitations to that, based on skill and just time or something like that. But ultimately, we want you to share something that you love with everybody else in the world. This is also a great way, we're doing this virtually, because you can share this with anybody. You can share with your aunt in Alaska, you can share with your uncle in Australia, all over the world. You can share what you're doing and what you love with anybody. Now, also during our recap, we have a couple cool things. So I have some interactive things here, like you get to rate our jokes here, and so we like jokes. My kids call them dad jokes, and they really are. Some of them are pretty bad, I admit that. But you got to tell me which ones you like the best here. I also have some other interactive questions that I'd just love to know about you. And then we take some time to recognize our students individually by name, whoever was performing, just because, hey, we like you, and we want to see and encourage you guys. Okay. Also, we do some raffles here too. And so I have 3 Amazon gift cards to raffle off tonight. So we're going to have some fun. All right. And we're going to start off with a joke rating here. So I'm going to share my screen again. And I want you guys in the chat to type in which joke you like best. So this is probably one of my personal favorites here. What's green and not heavy? Light green. So everyone just like goes whoosh right over their head, and then they go, "Oh, that's so bad." Or do you like this one better? What did the digital clock say to the grandfather clock? Look, no hands. You get it? You get it? Grandfather clock, it has the big, face, clock face, and so in the chat right now, type in which joke you like best. Okay, is it A, the light green one, or B, the clock one? So. All right. Oh, I see an A already here. What do you think, Darby? Which one's your favorite?
I vote A. I like A a lot. I really like the play on like the meanings. It's very fun. It's very fun. It's really unexpected. So I vote A.
Cool, cool. Very cool. How about you, Lisa?
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good.
The kind of confusing ones at first always make me laugh more for some reason.
Yes. They make you think. Yeah, for sure. All right, the answers are coming in here. So I have let's see, 3.5 A's. So the light green one, and then I have a B in there. Oh, another B. There's another B in there. Okay. So yeah, there's some good jokes here, and I think one of the things that I like about doing these jokes here. They changed their opinion here. Someone likes the B the best, and so another A though. So yeah, I love our jokes because they kind of just breaks the atmosphere when it comes to practicing. As as a music student for so long, I have gotten into it, and it's just been I got to practice, I got to get the work done, and sometimes having that little like levity to the time just helps so much with our practice videos, and so I hope it does for all of our students as well. And so yeah, it's just they're just there for fun. And we've actually I had a student this year, and his mom asked me to share my joke list with her because she wanted to use them with her students. She's a teacher as well.
That's
and I was
great.
like, oh, so cool. Yeah. And so I was able to share over 100 jokes with her because we have so many at this point because we've been going for it. Cool. So yeah, actually, I see mostly people are liking the A's. What the light green one. All right. Well, I got another question for everybody here. We're curious. So if you got to only eat one food for the rest of your life, what food would you choose? Okay. And I mean, that's a hard question here. I mean, I'm kind of torn, because like I don't think I can live without coffee, but I don't think I can live on coffee. So I don't think I would choose that one, right? So, but I'm also a really big fan of pizza. I'll be honest with you. And personally, I make my pizzas. I buy pizzas every once in a while, but like homemade pizza, that's where I'm at with this one. So,
hard to beat.
yeah, pizza is the way to go with that one. So, what do you think, Lisa?
Well, I was thinking cookies, but if you had to live on it,
I don't think any one food alone is very healthy, regardless of what it is.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, if I were thinking realistically, it would probably be some kind of vegetable or maybe meat. I don't know, something healthy. But if we're not thinking realistically, definitely cookies.
Okay. We got John. He says salmon. So,
wow.
Now that's a little wiser than us, isn't it?
Yeah.
You actually probably can live off of that one, And,
yeah.
And Ellis says sandwiches. Lucas says cake. If Mrs. Gore says tacos. Yeah, definitely on that one. Sushi. We got tacos again. We got 2 tacos. All right. Salad, pasta, mashed potatoes. That's my son right there. Mashed potatoes.
Potatoes girl. Yep, potatoes would be mine.
Oh, okay. So we got the Viola camp here with the potatoes, huh?
Yep. All the way.
Sweet. Oh, my son says cheese. Or he says pasta or cheese. So now,
Mikey, pasta and cheese.
That's right. You could do cheese on pasta. That's the same thing, right? You can't have pasta without cheese, right? Oh yes. Oh, very cool. Yeah. Well, this is fun. This is fun, guys. And this just helps us, get to know each other a little bit better too. But it's time to do our first kind of student celebration here. And so I want to recognize some students here first off. Um, so first of all, I want to recognize one of our new students to M3 this year. Her name is Joelle, and she has just excelled so fast this year at piano. And we were started talking about the recital. I thought, you know what, maybe she'll do something in her books, but she's like, you know what, I want to do something out of a movie. And so I asked her about movies, and she came up with a movie. And in the movie, there's a song "Bad to the Bone," and it's actually not an original one to the movie. It's an old George Thorogood and the Destroyers song, and she's like, I want to do that. And so I loved your enthusiasm for that, Joelle, and you learned it so well. You had to learn new things, and you rose to the challenge. You also got your hands working together, which we haven't done in the books yet to that degree. And so you did amazing with that. So congratulations. Next student is Jackson. Jackson's been with us for a number of years here, and this year he was able to accomplish Linus and Lucy, which, if you're not familiar with that one, most people call it the Charlie Brown theme, right? Yeah, that's the Charlie Brown theme, and you had a great time playing it. I loved your enthusiasm as you were playing too in your video. It's one of the things I love about the video is that we get to kind of see you guys close up, and we get to see your facial expressions, all your movement and your activity with it. So great job, Jackson. Way to go. Next student is John, and John, you this year. Well, I think you actually challenged me with your recital piece because you wanted to learn The Mandalorian, the music from The Mandalorian. And so I started looking it up, and it's such a new TV show that there's no sheet music for it. And so I said, well, what about if you learn it by ear? And you already had some ideas in there. And so you know what? You learned the entire recital piece by ear. I'm impressed with that. Okay, that is an impressive feat right there. Okay, and so way to go, John. Next is Jaden. Now, Jaden is one of our high schoolers. I can't remember how many years it's been, but it's been at least like 5 or 6 years, Jaden. And I am just so proud of you this year too, because you continue to make progress and rise to the occasion. And this year was not it was not an easy piece. It was the song "He's a Pirate." It's the song from Pirates of the Caribbean, and a couple things were new to you. First of all, it's in 6/8 time, but even beyond that, we were talking about this. The left hand is in 6/8. The right hand, most of the melody is almost like it's in 3/4 time, and so you're almost trying to play two different time signatures at the same time here, and you did it. Great job, and I hope you really enjoyed the piece as well. And so you worked really hard on that one. Annika, you as well. You've been playing amazing lately, and you've made some amazing growth in your ability to read music this year. You've always had the ability to play by ear. In fact, I think even last year, most of your recital piece, even though it was written down, you played it by ear, okay? But this year, for Elise was, well, it was a little too hard to just play by ear. So you had the music there and you did it. I saw your eyes in the music and you just did a wonderful job with that. And then your sister too, Adela, she played Moonlight Sonata this year and she played a good chunk of it. And that is a hard piece to learn. Some of this, it has to do with just the fact that you're a little bit older because you have to reach pretty far across the piano to play some of those notes. And you played it so wonderfully. It was nice and, that kind of somber, peaceful mood of, the dark moonlight, right? So way to go, Adela. And so, all right, Lisa, you have some students too that you want to celebrate, right?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So first I want to just congratulate Ella. She did so well with playing the Tennessee piece from Pearl Harbor. Playing through those crescendos and decrescendos, that was just really good. I loved listening to her performance because it really came through how much she loves that song, because that she really wanted to learn that one. So really good job, Ella, on that. And then she played it memorized, and I did not know that she had it memorized. So that was like a really cool surprise. So really good job, Ella. That was absolutely beautiful. Um, and then the other student I want to talk about is Elizabeth, who played Hedwig's theme. And she's been working on this for a long time. So she's worked really hard to get everything perfect. And it really came through. The dynamics were there, especially the pedal work, which was probably the hardest thing for us to work through with this one. But she did it perfectly. And so it all just came together really well. So good job. Way to work hard on that, Elizabeth. You did wonderful.
Awesome. Yeah. We're celebrating you guys here tonight. Darby, how about you? You have some students to celebrate this time too, huh?
Yeah, first I want to congratulate Hezekiah, who has worked so hard this year. He's had a lot of great opportunities to perform this year. And so his music's just piling up, and he's really been practicing well for me, which is awesome. But this piece, he played the wedding march, and it's really exciting because he actually very soon will get to play that for his aunt's wedding. So yeah, he learned that for a purpose, and his progress on it has been really great. It's a tough arrangement,
Hmm.
just really thick chords, lots of notes, lots of accidentals, and we were learning like a shorter version of it plus the long. And he just worked so well on the whole piece. And I think in the last year he's really grown at being able to hear all the lines of the music really well, that melody up above the other notes, and I thought he did a great job on that in this really clear melody throughout and really great rhythm. So good job, Hezekiah. You've made great progress. And Hezekiah's brother Elijah is doing a great job too. Like the student you mentioned, he's learning a lot about switching from playing by ear to playing by reading, and he's making a lot of good progress there. What he played 3 short pieces by Kabalevsky, and I really loved, especially in the first one, his beautiful legato. It was so good with that beautiful melody soaring over the left hand again. And he the third one, he only had hands together for a short period of time, and he did a great job with that too. Then I loved getting to work with both Hezekiah and Elijah on a couple duets this year, one for Christmas, I believe, and then now Camptown Races. And it's been really fun to see them grow in their ability to play together. At first, it's hard to get those rhythms together. It's hard to listen to each other. And they've just gotten better and better with playing together and with hearing the melody and with adding fun endings too. They made a little flourish to the ending themselves that I think worked really well. So great job, Hezekiah and Elijah. You did really well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, the duet was such a surprise for me, and I loved it.
It's really fun.
Our students are always doing such creative things, unique things too, and that it's just yeah, I love it. So, well, all right. Well, it's time for our first raffle here, and so I'm gonna share my screen again, um, and we're gonna get going. I have my wheel here now. Just a couple things about our raffle. So if you performed, you got you got 3 entries into the raffle just for that. All right. Now, if you add comments below on our recital page, you got a couple. You got one more. Raffle entry for every single comment that you left. Part of a virtual recital is, we can't applaud for each other. It's part of the reason why we're here tonight to celebrate. But how do you have other encouraging ways of doing things? Well, I think the comment section is great because it's very specific praise to our students, and furthermore it's your peers who are doing it, and they're listening to your piece and they're saying, I loved how smooth you played that line, I loved how fun you had with, or how much fun you had with it, and things like that. And so that's how we enter our raffle. In fact, you can see we have a lot of names on the wheel, don't we? And so also don't forget, 1 prize per family. And once your name is chosen, then it gets taken off. If it gets chosen again for some reason, then I'm gonna spin it again. So 1 prize per family here. So here we go. Let's spin it. Jaden. Woohoo! Way to go, Jaden. All right. Well, I got a $20 Amazon gift card for you, and good work. And I just realized that I had music to that you guys weren't able to hear. So uh, I'm gonna make sure I get it next time. All right. Well, very good, guys. So we got Jaden, and I'll get him his gift card here. Now, going on here, we have a couple more little interactive pieces here. Oh, I shouldn't have stopped my screen share here. Here we go. So we're curious. if you had a time machine that would only go one way, like so you can only go back in time or forward in time, would you A, go back in time, B, go forward in time, or C, would you stay here in the present? So that's a hard choice, right? But I think it says something about our personality, maybe. For me, I think I honestly would like to go back in time. Partly because, well, I guess there's maybe two reasons. One is I know what's happening in the past already, and so I can go and I can see it, and I can observe it and live through that piece of history. The other reason is because I know all the good ideas that are going to make millions of dollars in the future, right? So that's at least where I'm at. So, what are your thoughts?
Is this permanent? So that would only go one way, so you couldn't come back?
That's right. That's right.
Mm. Well, with that, I might have to stay in the present. I mean, my pet Budgie's here. I can't leave
Oh,
him.
that is a good point. That's a good point.
But if it could go back, then I probably would like to go to the future, because I'd like to see what advancements in like air conditioning and plumbing and cooking methods we come up with. I'm very curious to see what's to come.
That's a good point. Yeah, very good. What about you, Lisa?
I'm so torn because I've wanted to do both so many times, like either
Yeah.
going back or going, because you could see like what your ancestors were like, and
Uh-huh.
like go wherever, and like you said, what happened in history. But if you go forward, you get to see where we're gonna end up, like
Yeah,
will we
yeah.
look like Star Trek, like will we look like Star Wars? Yeah, it's just I'm so torn. I can't really decide right now.
Yeah, that's a hard question, and for sure.
Yeah.
And so, well, we got some responses here. So, like, John is saying forward, but then his sister is saying backwards. So maybe that it's like some sibling rivalry here. Get
Mhm.
far away from each other. We have the Muldoon saying forward. Oh, see the future. That's right. Okay, we got the DuPont saying stay in the present. My son is saying go back in time. All right, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I think he might be wanting to take the good ideas back to, and and make some money off of it. We got Karis, and she wants to go back in time as well. Lucas, he would stay right here, right now. He's got a pretty good life, right? And then Madison, thank you, Madison, for responding here. She would also go back in time, and so yeah, it's just a curious question. It's like what do we do? And I think it reveals a little bit about how we think about life even now. Because do we just want to stay here, or do we want to go somewhere else and kind of escape? So, anyways, but good stuff. All right, let's rate some more jokes here. So, A. My mom asked me why I was doing the dishes sitting down. I said, it's because I can't stand doing the dishes. Get it? You can't stand doing the dishes? Or B, what did the police officer say to his belly? You're under a vest. So that's a pretty bad one, I have to admit. I like, I don't know. So, well, I'm kind of torn on both of these. What do you think, Lisa?
I'm definitely rooting for A.
So,
Yeah.
not a fan of the dishes either, huh? Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, it has a little more subtlety for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, what's your thought, Darby?
Yeah, I vote A too. I like the different take on something that's like normal to say.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, okay. Oh, very good, very good. So a little more sophisticated humor. Yeah, I guess that's where I'm with that one as well. And I feel like with B, I might slip up and say it to a police officer at some point. So you get in trouble. But yeah, well, let's see. We got oh, I think the Goras are saying B on this one, and Lucas is saying A, B. So yeah, okay, that's
Pretty
oh, but I got a B and an A there too. So
Uh,
so a little torn families here. I love it though. Oh, Joelle saying A, definitely much better, right? So yeah, I think a lot of kids can probably relate to like, hey, I don't like doing the dishes. And so yeah, I think we can all relate to that one as well. Well, I got another question for everybody here. Now, this truly came up in one of my lessons the other day. Virtual lessons, they have many advantages, but can you tell me in the chat if you have ever eaten a snack during a lesson here? And so I actually had a student do this. I'm not sure if she's here tonight, but I asked her to share, and she wouldn't. Well, she couldn't, right? And so, it's one of the things, we're at home. Um, Even right now, I'm wearing my work shoes, by the way, my slippers.
Nice.
um, so yeah, I I don't spend much money on shoes anymore. Oh, John is confessing. Yes. Yes. Yes, very very good here. And so it's just one of those things, we want to we're at home, right? That's part of what we get when we're at home. And so um Ezra says, does it have to be music? Well, I guess not. You probably have eaten breakfast in your classes, huh, Ezra? And yes, Lucas has. Ella ate breakfast during a lesson once. Oh, Jackson has. Yep. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, I know you guys do. Yes, Karis, definitely. Joelle says she's eating right now, in fact. Well, that's wonderful, guys. And so, and the best thing about it maybe is that you don't have to share with your teacher, right?
I'm
So,
curious, have either of you teachers, Matthew or Darby, eaten during a lesson?
I
I
haven't.
yeah, the closest. I mean, I haven't eaten during a lesson, but I oh well, yeah, I have my water
Yeah.
tonight. I usually have my coffee right here.
Oh,
Definitely drink a lot. Yeah, definitely lots of water during lessons.
Yes.
yeah.
How about you, Lisa?
I'm always afraid of like getting on the mic, so I've only ever done water too.
That's,
But I've
yeah,
definitely been tempted. Like there have been like cookies or ice cream.
yeah, so true. I know. Yeah, I think it's a little different when we have the headset, because where they're sitting there and it's like,
Yep.
don't want that. So, well, very good, very good. Now, oh, good thing Micah says no. So Micah, he's my son. He plays French horn. So yes, you definitely should not be eating
Oh,
and playing French horn at the same time. Okay, that's why you have the little snake there to get all the gunk out, but don't do it. So, well, all right, it's time to celebrate a few more students and then get into another raffle here. And so, Lisa, I'm gonna let you go first. You got a couple more students here.
Yeah. So Benjamin did Minuet in G, by supposedly Bach. Some people say the other one. I can't remember his name. But yeah, and he memorized this piece really fast too, which I was surprised about. So he learned it and then he had to kind of work out the dynamics because we've done a lot of louder, more intense songs. So he was really working to bring the intensity down and just making it into a nice, more peaceful kind of song to listen to. And he did so well performing it, especially with that really nice retard and decrescendo at the end. So really good job, Benjamin. That was really awesome. And then Peter, he did two of his own compositions, and he's just been really loving composing his own music for a while. And honestly, it kind of inspires me too, how much he loves to write and kind of use his imagination with all these ideas. Because he just came up with the idea to make this haunted house soundtrack and just kind of went for it. So he did really good performing both those pieces, especially making that middle section a little different from the beginning and end. So he did really good on that. And also working on the pedal there with the second song. So really good job, Peter. You did awesome on that.
Yeah, way to go. Yeah, I thought it was cool that he composed his own music for us
Mhm.
too. That was nice. Well, I have a couple students as well. So first of all, Zoe, and Zoe's been another one of our longtime students. And again, I can't remember how many years. And this year is really at the end of last year, probably after our spring recital last year. She says, "I want to learn how to play jazz." And so for literally a calendar year now, she has been only really playing jazz in her lessons. And she has come so far. And she played the song. It's by Duke Ellington, "Ring Dim Bells." And again, just so amazing. you learned how to do so much with chords this year, and then we finally got into soloing, which is where you're what you were doing with rings and bells. And I gave you a couple guidelines. I came back the next week to our lesson, and you had such wonderful soloing ideas. And we talked about all the different pieces of it. You can hear one of the hard things about soloing in jazz is that it's not just notes. You actually have to transition between the chords using the melody for it. It takes years of practice to really do and to perfect. And Zoe, you really accomplished this one. Way to go! All right, Madison, I am so proud of you. This was your first year of piano, and you picked a relatively hard song for the recital piece. You've got a friend in me from Toy Story, right? And you asked me about it. We kind of came up with it, and then I was like, okay, I don't have a copy of this, so I'm just going to figure out how to write it out for you in a way that would be right at your skill level. And so originally I thought, you know what, let's just do right hand. And I thought, you know what, maybe for future use, I'll add a left hand in there. And so I wrote it down and I handed it to you, and I said, if you don't get to the left hand, it's okay. And you know what? You did both, and I'm just so proud of you because it was not an easy piece in any sense here, because it had a lot of chromaticism, like lots of going back and forth between white keys and black keys, and then the left hand had some different rhythms involved. So way to go, Madison! You should be super proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back there, okay? And then we got Abaya, and Abaya. He's relatively new to our studio, but he came in knowing a lot about piano, and all through our time together in lessons, you've just impressed me so much with your abilities to learn new things, try new things, and really work hard to accomplish great things. And so you played Star Wars, which I thought was even better, because Star Wars Day was the 4th, right? And so we always kind of do this right around Star Wars Day anyways, but it just was great timing, and you really nailed it too. Just great job with your rhythms and all the notes in there. Way to go. Also, I really love that you were having fun doing it too, okay? Also, we have your brother, Manoa. And Manoa is relatively new to our studio as well, and he's one of our guitar students. And so he played a song called Soccer Game, and he just blew it out of the park. With that one, he's learning where the notes are on the guitar. And with the guitar, it's not linear quite like the piano. I know a lot of you guys are piano players. You have to switch strings to get the different notes, and you have to know which notes are on which string. And again, you just blew that one out of the park. You know your chords really well, and I think you're having a lot of fun with guitar as well. And so great job there. Also, thank you for showing me your Legos every week. I love that. Last of all, my son, Micah. Now, actually, I'm not his teacher. His grandpa is his teacher, but I want to celebrate you too, Micah. And so, way to go. You have been playing French horn for about a year now, and you came into the recital time this year, and something has always stopped you, because I remember one year you were playing guitar, you were going to do the recital, and then you broke your arm. And this year, well, you got braces, and they look really good on you, by the way, and they make it kind of hard to play, but still, your ability to play didn't stop you, and you nailed the song. And again, I'm super proud of you as your dad, as a musician, and I know your grandpa is too, Micah. So way to go! All right, Darby.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I'd love to congratulate Emma, who is one of my youngest students, and she has just done so well over this last year as she has learned. What I was really excited to see in her video was her beautiful hand position. She's so relaxed on the keyboard, looks so comfortable there. So way to go, Emma. You did this song so well on your own. Really good job. That was the best I had heard you play it. So way to go. It was just fantastic. And Emma's brother, Micah, is doing a great job too. I gave him 3 choices for songs to pick from, and he chose the hardest, the one by Bartok. And he's done so well. He really rose to the challenge. So Micah, great job. This piece has a lot going on. It's hard to put hands together, lots of dynamics, but I loved how Micah played it, especially at the ending. It was so musical. His sense of timing was just beautiful at the end, a lovely way to taper off. So fantastic job learning a really tough piece, Micah. You played it really well. I'd also like to commend Jack, who did really, really well on his Bach musette. And this is one of the biggest pieces he's played. And I've just been so impressed over the last couple of weeks, especially with his dynamics. So there are a lot of dynamics written in this arrangement, and he really played them all. He got them all in such clear tone for all of the notes and really, really good rhythm. So this piece has a lot of challenges in it, and he really rose to the occasion. His technique improved a lot as we worked on this piece. So way to go, Jack. That's been really, really good.
Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, this is, I think, one of the funnest things that we do in our recitals is celebrate our students so directly. You know, it's not just you get your minute on stage, then we clap, and then you walk off. It's we get to really talk about your accomplishments because there's so much of the story about what you guys do week in, week out that isn't seen when you go up on stage, you know? And so we get to talk about your hard work and all the effort that you put into it. And I have to say, in a sense too, you know, thank you parents, because I know you guys are involved in this as well. You know, like, hey, did you practice today? Hey, go practice. Watch the video, you know. And so thank you so much, parents. You guys do an amazing job with this as well. A lot of this comes down to you guys, you know, sending the emails to your kids or printing the emails for your kids to so they know what to practice, helping setting them up for lessons with the camera or the computer or whatever it is. And so thank you, parents, as well. And so, well, let's get to our next raffle here. And so I have my wheel and I have my sound on this time. So you'll hear the music this time. All right, here we go. Woohoo, it's Joseph. All right. Well, wonderful. Well, yeah, and Joseph, so you have a $20 Amazon gift card heading your way. And I get to talk about you in our next time here. So, all right. Well, very good. Um, Now back to where we were. That was our last question here. And let me skip ahead. Let's rate some more jokes, shall we? Okay, so the first one. What has four wheels and flies? A garbage truck. Doesn't work so much with when it's written down, but it really works in when we say it, right? So, or B. What do you use to cut an ocean in half? A seesaw.
Mm.
Ah, yes, yes, that's right. A seesaw. And so both of them are kind of some plays on words, right?
Mhm.
Because you know, flies, you can do flies or the little bugs, or the seesaw. You know, it's do they have those at parks anymore? I don't even know. Um, I think the last time I saw them, they weren't the kind where if you're up and you jump off, the person like fall, or if you're down and you jump off, the person falls and you know smashes into the crowd. Not that I ever did that or not anything, but yeah. um, yeah. So, okay. So I see Ella says they're both bad. Thank you, Ella. Um, I'm glad you
Aw.
recognize that. Ezra says A. Micah says A. Mrs. Gora says A as well. So that's a pretty good one. And oh yeah, Lucas says A. In fact, Lucas, I think you told me this one the other day, but I had already had this one, and so we got Joelle saying it as a B, the seesaw. Micah is B as well. Oh yes, very good. So Emma and Dad say B. Ah, very or A, sorry. And so yeah, this is the garbage truck one here. So what do you think, Darby?
I like A. I'm going for triple A tonight, I guess.
Oh,
Because when you read it, it's very hard to think of flies in the like the bug sense, and so I really like it. It's very surprising. I like
okay.
it.
Yeah. What about you, Lisa?
Yeah, I didn't get it at first. I was like,
Yeah.
no, a garbage truck does not fly. And then I realized, oh yeah. So the longer I'm confused, the more I like the joke.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
I
I
think
like
I
it.
agree with that. Yep.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, very good. Well, yeah, I'm getting mostly A's in the chat too, and a few B's for sure. But yeah, that's good. And so, um, yeah, and hopefully you guys are entertained by these as well. You know, these have all been the ones that we've done throughout this school year, and so, if you've been a part of them, you probably have heard them before. But hey, we get to laugh again, right? Well, all right. I got another question for you all too. So, you know, back in February, February is when we do our studio night, and studio night is different than recital because it's really just the students and I guess immediate family too. You guys are welcome to hang out with us on our studio nights, but we meet on Zoom live so we can all see each other's faces and we take turns performing for each other. A little bit more like your traditional recital, but it's more of a studio night, so it's a little less like pressurized, like I'm playing in front of an audience of 100 people here, and like I think our last in-person recital that we ever had was in I think 2018, and I think we had about 100 people there, and so we probably get more people actually seeing you guys now, but you don't realize it. But our studio nights are the low key. It's for students, and we did a movie theme mania. So the idea was you come in, you learn a song from a movie or a television show, and you have fun playing it for everyone. It was a great night back in February. And so I'm always getting asked by students like, "Hey, can I play music from this movie or that movie or this TV show or that one?" I actually had a lot of anime requests this year, which is totally new to me. And then this week, I actually had two students request the same song, and like I'd never heard of it. It's called Howl's Moving Castle. It's a really, really beautiful piece. And Lisa knows it. You know it, Lisa?
Yes, that's one of my favorite soundtracks.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Well, yeah, and yeah, it's a really beautiful piece too. And I had another one, Kiki's Delivery Service, which is a I want to say Japanese anime show. I've actually heard of that one before, but anyways, so what is your favorite movie character here? I have to get the question: Harry Potter, Star Wars, or Lord of the Rings? Okay, and usually those are the three biggest requests that I get. So I have Star Wars so far. I think I have another Star Wars, um, and I have some people who don't like Harry Potter apparently, and then another Harry Potter, another Harry. I have another Harry Potter. Oh, I did get a C. Oh, two C's. Yes, good job. All right. So yeah, me personally, I am all about Lord of the Rings. Okay. I think it is probably the best story out of the 20th century. Okay. It's so in depth. You can always glean more from it. And I just think it's so much more. Well, I think they're all enjoyable, but I think that one's just the most enjoyable. So I get some more Harry Potters, another Lord of the Rings one. There we go. Another Star Wars. All right. So what's your opinion, Lisa?
Yeah, I'm definitely down for Lord of the Rings. That's my favorite for sure.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
both the books and the movies for sure.
Yes. Yes. What about you, Darby?
Yeah, I'd say Lord of the Rings. But the outlier here, Star Wars doesn't have an amazing. I mean, it's got a lot of books, but they aren't. It didn't start out as a book where the world really sits. So if Star Wars had a book as good as the others, I might be torn. But also the other one I'd add to this list though is Dune. I think Dune might deserve a fourth slot here. It's pretty amazing. So
Okay. Okay. Now, is that a book too?
yeah, it started out as a book.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the soundtrack to the new movie is amazing. So
Oh, okay. Oh, very good. Very good. Well, that's cool. So, yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'll have to amend that question for next time. Well, wonderful. Well, it is the time. Let's take some time and review, well, go over our students again and celebrate you guys. The Goras are all about Dune too. So, so you got some fans there. Well, wonderful. So Darby, I'm going to let you go first and you have a couple more students here.
yes. First, I'd like to congratulate Karis, who played a really tough piece this semester. Now I forget the composer, but it's a mazurka. It's a lovely Polish dance, really lively and energetic and festive. And I loved Karis's mood for this song. She just had the exact right tone and character, and she brought such life to it. The rhythm in this mazurka was really tough, and we worked hard on it. And Karis just totally rose to the challenge. And we had a little break, Easter break, and then came back after a couple lessons away, and the piece had just totally blossomed. It was good before, but she had really honed it and made it her own in that break. So way to go, Karis. You made great progress on this piece, and I love the way you play it. Really good job. And finally, Ezra, Matt's son, He has done so well this year, and we tackled a big project this year. It's his first viola concerto. So that's a big step. And this was the one by Telemann. This is a big piece that pretty much all violists serious about the instrument have played, which is just fantastic. And Ezra has gotten an awesome opportunity. He's actually been able to play in the orchestra for this piece as well this year. So it's really awesome to get to learn two sides to a piece. That's a really rare opportunity. That's really awesome. And yeah, so this is the fourth movement that he played for this recital, and it's tough. It's fast and lively, lots of fast passages, just lots of eighth notes all the way through, chords that are tough, shifting. And I loved the way he played it for the recital, especially some of his phrasing and beautiful ways to lead up and taper at the end of the phrase was just lovely, and made huge progress on his chords too. That was the best I'd heard those. So way to go, Ezra. You've really risen to a challenge, and I hope you feel really accomplished at this big thing you've worked on this year.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, wonderful. I got a couple more students here as well to celebrate. So our first, her name is Evangeli, and she is the first year student with us this year, and she has done amazing things. And she actually rose to the challenge and played Hedwig's theme for our recital this year. So we had a couple Harry Potter. I bet if she was here, she would say Harry Potter was her favorite movie too. And she loved it and she nailed it. She got a lot of new things that we were trying to learn involved in it because that's a hard song to play. And there's a lot of chromatic notes. So way to go, Evangeli. You did a great job with this one. Keep up the good work. And I hope you feel that sense like, hey, this hard work is paying off because now I can do some really, really cool things on piano. Our next student is Titus, and he's another student of mine who started to like jazz. I'm like, yes. So way to go, Titus. You're making me happy with that one, right? But you played the St. Louis Blues, and you rocked it. You got the melody in there, you had the chords in there, and it was such a great piece. And again, you're kind of a long time M3 student, and so one thing I want you to do is go back and watch your past videos and just see how much progress you've made, because you really have grown so much this year. And it's just a privilege for me to see you even grow up. And then Selah, you too, you've been around M3 Creative Academy for a long time. I remember you coming to my house, this is a long time ago, when your oldest brother, Ethan, would take guitar lessons with me, and you were just a little girl. You probably don't even remember. And your mom would play with you out on our sidewalk, and you started learning piano, and you've just excelled so much over the years here. And then this year you did something new, and so you played King of Kings it's a Hillsong song, and so it's like a worship song, but to make it even harder, you used a lead sheet for it, which is a totally new skill, and you were playing the melody, adding bass notes in, adding the kind of piano interludes in on the song as well. And so you rose to the challenge. You played it so wonderfully. And again, I hope it just leads to bigger and better things for you in this genre of music too. Okay, way to go, Selah. Finally, our last student to celebrate tonight is Joseph, and he's one of our high schoolers. In fact, he's in our guitar class, so he doesn't even have individual lessons. But he needed to perform for high school credit in music, and so I thought, okay, well, what can we do? He really took off this year as well. He knows his chords, he knows his notes, he knows how to play too. And so he really took off. And so he took on a big challenge. He wanted to play the song "Don't Fear the Reaper," which, of course, if you know anything about that one, is you need more cowbell, right? Yeah, so you got to have cowbell on that song, and so he has a good ear for music. So he took it upon himself to not only record the rhythm guitar part, but also the solo guitar part, as well as the bass guitar part for this song. And he did all three of them. I made a track with drums, and I used the saxophone for the melody, and he put it all together to make the entire song happen for "Don't Fear the Reaper." So Joseph, again, first of all, awesome guitar playing. Second of all, way to rise to a challenge to put the entire song together. And so I hope you're really proud of it as well. And, just pat yourself on the back there and share it with all your friends because it's really, really cool what you were able to do. So All right, so we have one more raffle here, one more $20 gift card to hand out here tonight. So let's head over to our wheel again and give it a spin. And remember, if you've already won, you can't win again. And one prize per family, okay? So, oh, oh, Ella. All right, Ella. I had a suspicion that you might get it because Ella goes to town every year with the comments. First of all, she I think she really likes encouraging people. Way to go, Ella. Second of all, I think she really likes uh, to enter the raffle. And so she just watches every single one of your videos and she just comments on every single one. And so thank you, Ella, for doing that. Your encouraging words do not go unheard, okay? I hear this in our lessons, like especially with students who did their video like last week and then I saw them this week already, which I guess is everybody. And I'd say, hey, did you read some of the comments? And they go, well, no, not yet. What did it say? And they're really curious to hear what you guys have to say to each other. So thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's commented as well. And so awesome. Well, we are kind of coming to a close here tonight. There's still opportunity to share the recital with your family and friends, so Facebook, send it through email. You could tweet it out. I don't know if you guys do Twitter. I don't know. I don't do Twitter, but I hardly do Facebook. But share it with people who care about you guys because they're going to be the most encouraging for you guys in any capacity. We did get a few comments from people who were, I think, they may have been grandparents or aunts and uncles too, and that is awesome too. So way to go with that one. We enjoy serving you guys week after week, and you guys, the students, the parents, you guys inspire us every day to just work the hardest we can to provide you with the best music education experience possible. Our goal is to help kids enjoy making music every single day, and when you guys do that, it just makes our world just so much fun. So if you want to help us out, a couple ways that are just real easy ways. You can give us a 5-star review on Google and say some nice words about it. It really does help us get the word out to others who might discover our studio. And of course, like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We do have somewhat of a presence there. Finally, right here on YouTube, subscribe, and so you'll see any public videos that get put up there. We do put every once in a while some public videos up as well too. So we have fun with this, and again, it just helps us get the word out about our studio, how much fun we have, and the fact that you guys are really, really learning music through virtual music lessons. So, well, all right. Well, this brings our night to a close. And so again, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for all your interaction in the chat. We really do love interacting in this way. And we look forward, of course, to seeing you all next week at your next lessons. So we'll look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.